Amazing. Well, thank you. And thank you for being here. So when I heard the rule versus principles, and then you said humble when you were answering one of the questions, I just kind of want to riff on this and see if I'm hearing this correctly. So that it's actually humble to embody and own the story of your company and your culture, which therefore then allows the strength of that story to then hire the leaders that are the key people, because then through that humility, you're able to then create the culture, which then actually feeds into the strength and conveys that to the customer. So it's kind of like implanting humility from the back door so that it is actually about the customer first.
Absolutely. Lindsay, you said that, it's like, I have never thought about what you just said. That was like so insightful. It's like, I wish we had another half hour to unpack what you just said, but we probably use a different word at Chick-fil-A, and some people don't like the word I'm about to use, and especially a younger generation. So I got really enlightened recently. I was speaking and somebody bristled up with me, and I actually stopped and go, hey, let's talk about this. We practice at Chick-fil-A servant leadership. And that term servant really bothered people when I started talking about that. And I can kind of understand once the principle. So I've been a little more careful about how I say that, but it is this spirit of humility. And what we mean by servant leadership at Chick-fil-A is that people who have the most, who are in the highest level positions, are actually expected to serve others the most. So for instance, in the organization, the support center, the reason they're called the support center, not the corporate office anymore, is because their job is to support the operators and team members who are actually serving the customer. And of course, for them, the customer is number one, and that's who they're serving. But at Chick-fil-A, it's like the higher up you go, the more responsibility you have to be available, to think like that, to put yourself out there. I still do it now when I go into a Chick-fil-A restaurant. If there's trash on the ground, I pick it up. If I walk in and there's still trays on the table, I'll walk over and throw them away. Clean them. And of course, the team members look at me really funny. And all I say is, I'm just helping you out today. But that's kind of ingrained, is that the people who are operating those restaurants, who are serving the customers, they're the most important people in the business, and the rest of us are there to serve them. So there is this spirit of humility that you have to put yourself in that place of, this is, most people think, hey, when I'm an officer of an organization, I'm supposed to have all the perks, the premier parking place and all of those things. It didn't happen that way at Chick-fil-A. It just meant you're supposed to serve more. So I would make that connection. And I know that's the last question and we're out of time. And I just want to ask you guys for a favor. Thank you so much for to allow me to be with you. Thank you for reading Bet on Talent. The only thing I wanted to ask for you is, if you get a chance to go to Amazon and leave a review on Bet on Talent, that helps authors so much when you do that. And so that would just be like a gift to me today. If you have the time and could just write a sentence or two or make a rating just to help me out there, I sure would appreciate it.
We absolutely will. This